Hello, I'm James Yarbrough, and welcome to We've Got Books, and boy do we ever. We three authors, Anne Green, author of 37 books, myself, James Yarbrough, author of 12 books, and Lana Newman Kruse, author of 3 books, are coming to you from the big sky country of Texas, near Dallas-Fort Worth, where the stars at night are big and bright, and where there's great football sometimes, and even better barbecue and Tex-Mex cuisine. Yum!
Hi, I'm Anne Green.
Hello, I'm Lana Newman Kruse.
We'll be your hosts for We've Got Books, and we're excited to happily tackle some great Christian fiction in various genres. We have quite a variety of genres, something for everyone. Historical, romance, romantic comedy, women's fiction, and full-blown comedy. We toss in dollops of humor whenever we can. Later, we will also feature guest authors and their books. Have you ever read a sensational book and wondered about the person who wrote it? What made him or her tick? How the genre was chosen? The storyline envisioned and characters created? These questions and others will be answered right here. We'll sit around the table chatting to get to know each author and his or her novel, and how the books moved from a dream to reality. So sit back and enjoy the ride into the literary world. You can find all the books mentioned here on Amazon.com. Just look up the author's name, then in the search bar, type the book's title. And now let's get started. Anne Green is going to interview Lana Newman Kruse about her book, Just Call Me Scrumptious. Thank you, Anne.
Hello, I'm Anne Green, and I have the honor of interviewing our author and friend, Lana Newman Kruse. But before we delve into your book, Lana, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. I would love to. I'm a native Texan, but also have lived 21 fabulous years in Southern California. My husband David and I have 2 children and 6 grandchildren, ranging in age from 21 down to 9, and they keep us hopping.
Sounds like interesting and exhausting fun, huh?
Yes, you hit the nail on the head with both of those, but especially the exhausting part.
About your writing, was there a book you can credit with making you want to be a writer?
Yes, even though I loved writing and words as far back as I can remember, and I did read the book Little Women, but the movie is what really caught my heart. But seeing the movie made me think I'd like to write a book. Witnessing the abject poverty of the family, but their incredible love for one another, made my heart melt. Maybe that inspired me to write about exhibiting love and people's value despite lack of money and fame.
Great way to think. Now let's begin our discussion of your novella, Just Call Me Scrumptious, with a brief overview of the story before we probe into specifics.
Absolutely. When beautiful redhead Merry Christmas, yep, that's really her name, meets Rob Madison at her favorite Tampa restaurant, her heart dances, at least momentarily. Quickly she decides this masculine masterpiece can't be as perfect as he seems. But this is the restaurant touting the romantic legend promising marriage when a couple meets here. Just a legend, right? Well, maybe not.
Oh, wow. A legend to fulfill, or not. Okay. Now let's look into this unusual legend and novella. Just Call Me Scrumptious. I don't know what to say first. After all, you have a female lead whose name is Merry Christmas, and a male lead called Scrumptious. Your title and female leads' names ensure humor right off the bat, and laughter dances throughout the pages of the entire book. I'm still chuckling over someone dubbed Merry Christmas. But let's tackle your choice of the word scrumptious. A great word. How did you come up with scrumptious in your title? And tell us why you used it to describe a character, especially a man.
As you can imagine, I love words, especially words not often used that conjure up strong, fun feelings, and I like to use them in a not-so-ordinary way. I was just sitting on my sofa when the word popped into my head. It felt good. So I began writing a story, hence a book, around this fabulous word. Since I already had a snappy name, Merry Christmas, for the female lead, I thought I needed something unusual and amusing too for the man. So then I had to make the male lead, Rob, be as scrumptious as possible too. I hope everyone will agree I was successful. The word scrumptious makes me smile and makes people happy and take notice. As far as how scrumptious found its way into the title, my author friends Anne Green and James Yarborough were agonizing with me to find a catchy title, and boom, Anne said, "How about just call me Scrumptious?" Then Jim repeated it with added flair, as only Jim can do. I loved it. It's a cheerful book with enthusiasm racing through its veins.
And that enthusiasm gives rise to lots of fun. I also love your character, Aunt Hildy, a sharp, strong-willed, humorous person in her 90s. Did you base this character on anyone you know?
Well, not consciously, but my mother, though she did not live into her 90s, may have given me a few ideas. And since I've known some women to have lived long lives quite successfully, I wanted to feature a person living a great, fulfilling, important, I can achieve anything kind of life. I love to demonstrate how older people are still valuable, very much wanted, and have much to teach us. And I like them to teach with pizzazz and humor. When many seniors stayed home during COVID for their protection, they were missed in their churches and other places. My daughter wrote a beautiful letter expounding on this. Her letter added further credit to me and to the notion of the priceless values of older people.
I so agree about the value of older people and how they were missed during COVID. And in your book, if I remember correctly, Aunt Hildy had a love interest.
Absolutely. And with a younger man, only in his 80s. The older couple are spiritual, hardworking, strong, and yet they're still fun.
I thoroughly enjoyed them too. Talk about valuable. In all your books, your goal is to demonstrate everyone's worth. And in this book, that includes older adults too. One of your reviewers called Aunt Hildy a hoot. I heartily agree.
Hoot is another word I love, and I appreciate a reviewer using such a great and humorous description of one of my characters.
About all your characters, I just had a thought. Since you work hard to create memorable, entertaining people to fill the pages, I'm wondering, do you miss them when the book is finished?
Very interesting question, Anne. Yes, I do miss them. I love them. They become friends. So I hate to say goodbye when the book ends.
I thought you might. I feel the same way. Now, about the man called Scrumptious. What makes him special? Dare I say, even scrumptious?
It's always enjoyable, maybe a little scary too, to create a character, and in this case a man. He's scrumptious because, like all really good guys, he's intelligent, confident but humble, a man of faith, strong, caring, and gentle, a real gentleman. The female lead falls in love with Rob, aka Scrumptious. Oops, and I did too.
I know. I fell in love with this masculine masterpiece also. Now, what was the most fun about writing Just Call Me Scrumptious?
Since it's a romantic comedy, I delighted in dousing love into every crook and cranny of the book and sprinkling humor wherever I could. It was lots of fun. Also, I enjoyed inventing dates for Mary with one guy named Waylon Galen. How does that name grab you? And who didn't want to even spring for one hot dog and soft drink at a baseball game. And he poo-pooed the game's magnificent wave, saying he shunned public displays of choreographed excitement.
Just his name got my attention. And what a statement. Doesn't like public displays of choreographed excitement? And he wasted a perfectly good wave at a baseball game? What was he thinking? There were other good parts, too.
Thank you. And then I loved and agonized over writing the Not a Shred of Talent show, where my all-time favorite intro takes place. Let me find that intro. Oh, here it is, on page 133. Rob, as the host, announces, "Now I'm proud to present our very own band and lead singer from right here in Tampa, the almost famous, the marginally talented, mostly coordinated, our very own top dogs, Dirk, Dak, Dick, Zach, and Jack, singing a song that was no doubt written with them in mind, Mac Davis's It's Hard to Be Humble." And the book goes on to say, the assorted men were a handsome group of masculinity, standing in uneven rows like strong skyscrapers. Yes, they brought the house down with their antics and cattywampus performance, causing the whole audience to join them in singing and dancing and shouting more, more, and shouting other hilarious responses to their song's lyrics. On key or off, the whole gang had a great time. At the mere mention of humble, hoots and hollers rang out with a country accent. Audience members jumped up and danced and twirled, raising their hands and shouting the lyrics. Some formed a line dance with their best boot-scootin' moves. The spectators rang out their approval with loud audience participation.
That was some band. An outrageous but fun involvement.
Oh, I hope so. I'll read a few more parts and pieces from this infamous talent show. Now we turn to an adolescent would-be entertainer. A lanky, pimpled teenager in monster-sized sneakers tries his hand at being a budding comedian. He quipped he saw a perfect T-shirt to describe his feeling for his little brother. It read, "Jesus loves you, and I'm trying." And he declared, "Mama knows how to get us to pray. She starts cooking." Jonathan bowed low, waved to the audience, smiled, and exited in a flash. Other performers danced, sang, and recited spoonerisms to showcase their almost talent to the sheer delight of the audience until the rest of the talent show faded into a happy blur. And if you don't know what spoonerisms are, you need to read my book and find out. They're lots of fun.
It's safe to say all had a good evening.
Yes, everyone left that night with smiles radiating from their happy faces. An appreciable amount of money was made for the needy students they were having the concert for, or the talent show. Mary was walking in tall cotton as she silently recounted the successful evening. Then the unthinkable happened. The feelings of hope and contentment plummeted with this disastrous call.
Oh, no.
Let's go back to the book. Mary's phone rang. Hello? Mary expected Rob to relay glorious news, but the call was from his uncle. Oh, hello, Archie. How are you? Great to hear from Rob's favorite uncle. What? No, that can't be true. Rob in an accident? Alcohol? How can that be? How bad was the wreck? Her heart hit the floor. With a woman? Oh dear, what to do first? Pray, as always. Mary thinks to herself, maybe two true loves aren't possible after all. Stop that negative thinking. She couldn't let her fears get the best of her. Keep her gaze up and keep praying. Nothing too difficult for the Lord.
Well, Lana, is that it? Are you going to leave us hanging like that?
Uh-huh. Find out if the legend comes true or not. Will Rob make it? If he does, will they get married? With this accident, new things surface that have to be addressed.
Everyone I know will want to find out if Rob Madison survives, and if Rob is the man we originally thought he was. After the accident, does Rob stay the same, or is he different?
So you mean, is Rob as scrumptious as we thought? Some of your questions are answered, but the reader also gets to decide how other things may turn out. Great discussion options for book club participants, too. So have fun.
Lana, it's safe to say our listeners have enjoyed hearing about Just Call Me Scrumptious. And to all of you out there, think stocking stuffers for everyone on your Christmas list. Thank you to all our listeners for stopping by today. And thank you, Lana, for beguiling us with your book.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
It's James Yarborough again. Please check out Lana Newman Kruse's Just Call Me Scrumptious. You can find it on Amazon.com. Then put Lana Newman Kruse in the search bar. That last name is Kruse, Kruse. Check out this book and our other books for reading that grabs your heart. As we say goodbye from deep in the heart of Texas, please be reminded we are an interactive, authentic podcast and want to hear your ideas, comments, and suggestions. So drop us a message at we'vegotbooks33@gmail.com. That's WEVEGOTBOOKS33@gmail.com. We loved having you, so please come back next time for another powerful session of We've Got Books with a guest, a multi-published author, Diane Tatum, who will give an overview of several of her books. Until then, happy reading.